It's day 5 of the Show Up 100 Day Commitment. And yesterday on day 4, we had a chance to pause and kind of reflect about where we are and if there's anything that we want to be doing a little bit differently as we move forward in the cycle. So today we're going to focus on emotional wellness. Emotions are meant to be felt, they're meant to be expressed, they're meant to be experienced. So when we talk about honing in on our emotional wellness, this simply means ways that we are managing our stress, ways that we are effectively coping with life situations, and the ways that we are creating emotionally healthy relationships. Let's talk about managing stress. In order for us to manage our stress, we first have to know what causes the stress. What are our triggers? What are situations or scenarios that cause us to get in our feelings? What are some humans or other scenarios that happen that cause you to get out of character? When you know what triggers your stress or what causes your stress, that's your first step to managing it. Because one, you now know what to do differently in that same situation to avoid your stress levels rising. 2, you can practice breathing at the onset of a stressful situation. 3rd, you can learn some stress management techniques like yoga, meditation, journaling, therapy. There's so many different ways to go about coping with your stress or managing your stress that are much better than allowing that stress to eat you up internally. Things are always going to happen in life, and it's how you show up for yourself when they do that determines your state of emotional wellness. Coping ineffectively typically looks like avoidance, and this can manifest itself in many different ways. Some people drink, some people smoke. Most people just are around other people to avoid being by themselves or having to think about or address the situation. When you cope effectively, no matter how difficult the situation, you find a way to address it. Some people are really good at making a plan on their own. Other people need to seek professional help. No matter which path you take, doing something is always going to be better than doing nothing. So learning some effective life coping strategies is going to be one of the best life hacks that you can invest in. So let's touch on creating emotionally healthy relationships. And if you weren't already thinking it, you should be. The first relationship that you must nurture and create a healthy connection with is the one with yourself. If that relationship is unhealthy, we can already identify the source of why most of your other relationships might be unhealthy. So start with self-love first. Start with solitude, intentionally practicing some different techniques around self-love and self-care that can get you to a point where you feel really, really good about the boundaries you set with others because you've already set them for yourself. So if you're in need of repairing your relationship with yourself, do that first before you begin to repair your relationships with others. All healthy relationships require the basics: love, trust, communication. But they also include active listening, fair compromise, joy and laughter, unconditional kindness, reciprocation, experiences or adventure, and anything else that makes you and the person you care for feel safe, heard, understood, and open. So now that we've touched on emotional wellness, if this is the focus area you've chosen for cycle 1, you now have a better understanding of how to focus your energy and attention to improve your emotional wellness. If this isn't the focus area that you chose, you now just have some more insight to become more aware of your emotional wellness as you move forward. But you'll have amazing benefits for you and those you love.